show as well. The Taipans of the Phoenix is next.
Going off.
Sobey pulls up, heavily contested. Doesn't matter, Nathan Sobey.
Wardenberg across.
He needs to be aggressive like that.
Foxwell turns the corner, drops it off to Hunter. The final game of 2025 here in the Hungry Jacks NBL Ignite Cup, presented by Disney+. It is the Cairns Taipans and the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix looking to make some inroads into their Ignite Cup campaigns. Both of these teams have still got games to play. They can still make their way up the Ignite Cup standings. So there is lots on the line tonight. You see there, Cairns winless from their two. Southeast Melbourne have only played the one game in the Ignite Cup, so they can still rocket up those standings with 3 more to come in this campaign. Joel Peterson with you alongside Damon Lowry, who's sticking around after an absolute heart-stopper in the gong. And these two teams have already met a couple of times this season, Damon, and both ready to go tonight.
Yeah, JP, man, we have ignition. There's not a player out there from both teams, JP, that would not participate and not enjoy a slice of $400,000. 300 to the winner, 100 to the losing team on the Gold Coast in February. So I love to see the extra incentive, what players like to play for.
Getting closer all the time. Ian Clark played his first game earlier in the week for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Not hugely inconspicuous debut for him. He had the 7-2-4, 15 minutes of court time. How did you see his first game in green?
Just, you know, you had to get him out there on the floor. It wasn't great. He had a couple of timely shots here and there, but we all know this man's work. He is a professional scorer and has been, and a champion. Never forget the semifinal series last year. He went up against Hurst. So the Phoenix know what they got in Ian Clark. It's just a matter of getting his legs, getting into Josh King game shape.
Yep, and they've been pretty pleased with what he's brought to the table already. Nathan Sobey, 27 last time out, continues to be in MVP-type discussions. He's putting together quite the season.
If your MVP discussions don't have Nathan Sobey in it, you need to shut up. He is balling right now, playing on a team that's in the top 4. They like to be high on the ladder, but Sobey's been playing some great basketball at both ends of the floor. One could argue that 2020 was actually a better statistical year, but we're splitting hairs here. He's playing some great ball.
Indeed he is. He's been doing it throughout the course of the season, has Nathan Sobey, and we know that he can light things up on any given night, as he will hope to do this evening. On the Cairns side of things, Sam Wardenberg's been a welcome return in recent times. The big man does a little bit of everything. He can score, he can rebound, and most importantly for a big fella, he can pass the absolute you-know-what out of a thing.
Yeah, he can. He's one of those kind of multifaceted guys, and this will be his 3rd game back. And he is already playing as if he's never missed. He makes basketball look so easy. And this is finally the lineup that Coach Adam Ford envisioned. He actually got Jack McVeigh teaming up with Sam Wardenberg, 2 of the best Australian talent and New Zealand talent in the league. So right now they're looking pretty good, even though the ladder does not reflect that.
Indeed. So these two teams are primed for battle. And New Year's Eve, Damon, it's the kind of night when every group, every gathering needs an X factor among them. We've got ours. She is sideline. Ariana Prather, a big welcome to you.
Hey guys, what better way to bring in the new year than playing in front of a sellout crowd here at the Cairns Convention Center. The energy is absolutely electric already, and I'm excited for today's matchup. Andrew Andrews told me before the game, their one game plan and key defensive strategy is try to slow down Nathan Sobey. They know they're not going to be able to stop him completely, but if they're able to slow down him, they believe they'll be able to get a good foot defensively and put them at a great shot to try to win the game. So let's see if some fireworks can get going early, and hopefully an upset can happen here in Cairns. I'm excited to break this all down with you during tonight's game, guys.
Thanks, Ariana. Looking forward to it all. Hopefully for Cairns, they can slow Nathan Sobey down, but it is a tough task, and not many have been able to do it throughout the course of the season. Let's take a look at our starting 5s for tonight, the final game of 2025 here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Mojave King, Drew Andrews, Sam Wardenberg, Kyron Galloway, and Jack McVeigh out there in orange for the Snakes. For the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix side of things, Josh King's 5 that he rolls with, it's been pretty settled for the most part throughout the season. Sobey, Foxwell, John Brown, Wes Iwandu, and Geordie Hunter gets the start as well, Damon.
That's the starting 5, but he's going to play everybody. I've never seen a team have 10 guys averaging double-figure minutes. It's got to be some kind of record. But yeah, I can't wait for the John Brown the third matchup with Jack McVeigh. Who gets that one?
It's going to be so much fun this evening. Hopefully we get a couple of big performances from these two stars in Nathan Sobey and Jack McVeigh to take us into the new year. Which of these teams will enter 2026 with winning form? The Cairns Taipans 5-15, Southeast Melbourne 13-7, underway in far north Queensland. And it is Owen Foxwell who will get us started. Southeast Melbourne loses last time out to Tasmania in a thriller. Cairns 2-9 on their home floor so far this season. Sobey looking down low for Brown to start off. He was fouled by King.
A very rare post-up from John Brown III. So an advantage, though. Sobey recognized it, went straight to him, drew a foul. Dare we see it again?
Early foul on Mojave King. Feels like post-play in the last little while. It's had a little bit of a resurgence here in the NBL. Magno's been a big part of that Tassie offense. Tyrell Harrison, of course, as well. Here's Nathan Sobey on the outside. He likes to start games off in that fashion, and the Phoenix fans like it when he does as well.
And shot at over 6'10" Sam Wardenberg. I just chuckled to myself, JP, because everybody knows that that's the guy that they need to stop, and he comes out and gets the first three. Is KG. Sorry, Mojave.
Couldn't get that to go. Sobey called for the foul. I'd love to see Nathan Sobey's shooting statistics, Damon, on the first shot of the game.
Now, that's a good, yeah, I love that stat. He's definitely letting them go.
When he takes the first shot of the game for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, which he does more often than not, I reckon that percentage would be right up there.
You know what, we could put Peter Hooley to work, because I like to give him...
First time for everything.
I like to give him kind of, you know, historical type of questions that really make him dig deep in the archives, not trot out that easy stuff he likes to see.
I don't think there is any way that you could actually find that out.
Thank you, Joel. Go back and watch every single game in history. Good take there from Owen Foxwell.
How long have you got, Pete?
That's enough from you, Damon. Don't get short with me, man. This is New Year's Eve.
It's a time to be courting, Damon. Not a time for... Oh, actually, no, we might have a little bit of time for a couple of needles here and there throughout the course of the evening. Jack McVeigh got stripped by Brown. Hunter takes it away. And the Phoenix are up and running again. Iwandu relocates to the three-point line. That's a bit strong. McVeigh can't drag in the rebound. Foxwell pushes it home.
And Jack McVeigh is a different kind of a scoring beast that John Brown III probably hasn't have a lot of experience in dealing with. Even just then, he got beat, didn't give up on the play, and came in and got a strip.
King making his move, tosses it outside. McVeigh now trying to create, matched up with Nathan Sobey at the elbow. Andrews from the perimeter. Hunter can't secure the rebound. It'll stay with Cairns.
Thank you.
In the year that Jack McVeigh is having, a little bit slow start. Team is clearly not winning a whole lot of games, but you cannot argue with Jack's productivity. Career high in rebounding. 7 boards a game. He's getting the dimes as well, and he's a draw card. The people of Cairns was always going to come to the games, but now they got an absolute superstar to come and watch.
Career high in assists this year, 4.7, shooting the 3-ball at 38% as well. He's putting together a really, really good season. Didn't have a lot of help at the start. Slowly been able to build the troops around him. Clock winding down here. Andrews splitting the defense outside to King, right on time, and Mojave King gets the result.
One of the more difficult assists Andrews is going to have. Twisting and twirling, but he found the open Mo King.
He may not have a more difficult one this year, Damon. Iwandu driving inside, that's poked away. Little touch pass from Galloway to King is neat, and the finish is right up there too.
Great ball moving by the Taipans early.
Just uncorking a couple of tricks to finish off 2025. That's what we like to see.
Geordie Hunter post-up.
On Andrews, spinning, and winning is Geordie Hunter. He got there eventually.
very patient. But I'm glad that he didn't just let 6'1" Andrew Andrews just rest on defense. Good job by Jordy.
Did you just slander someone that was 6'1"?
Well, I'm not the matchup itself.
Okay. As Jack McVay gets into the lane.
Never do that. It's Jack McVay. I'm liking the tempo already. 3 minutes play. Teams are getting up and down.
John Brown offline. That's going to stay, and that'll be Mojave King's second foul in the early going here. Josh King spoke last time out, Damon, about the fact that they really struggled to get into a rhythm, so they had the 9-day break between their last game, Southeast Melbourne, going into that Tassie game. Cairns haven't played in a week, but they've wasted no time getting up and running here, which is good to see. And I think Adam Ford might be going straight into his playbook and calling an early timeout here, potentially for a coach's challenge. Why not?
He's been doing it all year.
I mean, why not finish the year in the same way you've spent the rest of the year operating if you're Adam Ford? We do have a Tangerine timeout, 6:52 remaining here in the first.
Well, it looked like he was trying to call a challenge, and then all of his players said, no, do not challenge it. So this is the one they were looking at right here.
Soft.
But then you could see the frustration, and he went to call a timeout to challenge it. Mojave King said, no, don't do it. And all of a sudden they said, well, you've called the timeout anyway, so you're going to have to take it.
Yeah, no need to break momentum. Cairns off to a good start here, up by a point, and they annually hold this game up there on New Year's Eve. I was lucky enough to play in a couple of them, and nothing like going up there and breaking those Taipans fans' heart on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that was your favourite part about New Year's Eve in Cairns. Righto. I've heard it all.
Mojave King has started off very well. Who taught him how to shoot?
Oh, yeah, he came out of the Derek Rucker basketball. Very proud of Mojave King. Sharp shooter, great athlete. Mojave King, still a very young professional too, Joel.
He is, Ruck, and he's had some interesting opportunities across the course of this year coming into Cairns. Nice little plug there. We need the cash register sound effect. Yep.
One last DRB plug to end the year.
Nice assist there from Kelsey Brown as well. Setting up Ruck, getting into his spot. Point guard work from Kelsey. Sobey outside. That one's off the front of the rim. Get flung back up toward Mojave King, who's going to roll out there with the 2 fouls here. He's got 8 points on 2 of 2 shooting, 2 of 2 at the line as well.
Might as well pull.
Why not? That time he's no good. Don't know who the person that taught him to shoot was. Foxwell to Sobey, down low to Brown, gets that to go.
Look how smart, that's smart basketball, Nathan Sobey and JB3. Mojave got the 2 fouls as well as it's a mismatch anyway. John Brown just went down there and posted him up in the body shop. Easy deuce.
Andrews lobs it inside. Nice pass. It was right to the spot where Galloway could go up and get it.
Damon, let me ask you a question here. With John Brown being such a menace on the defensive end, and currently he has 1 foul, would you take the risk and target him just to see if you could get that second one and out of the game?
Especially I would, as Jordy Hunter gets an easy tip in, especially having Jack McVay, who's an international scorer. I absolutely would. Because nobody attacks John Brown.
Show your hands!
Woodenberg got locked up in the backcourt, got it across. You see there the record of the Taipans so far. Haven't won a quarter in this Ignite Cup campaign. They hold the lead early in this one. Great to have you with us. New Year's Eve basketball. Sobey gets a wide open look. Foxwell almost on the glass, and then Galloway just threw it back to him. And Brown with the little jump shot from in the lane.
Soft touch, JB. You can see Jordy Hunter, like, they switching ball screens. So Andrew Andrews switches on to Jordy. They was forced to double, gave up an open shot to Nathan. He didn't make it.
Didn't run. Go back here.
But you can see how just targeted both teams are going in mismatches. That is my kind of basketball.
Just a little issue with the clock on that possession, and a clock issue in Cairns, I think, sends shivers down the spine of every NBL fan watching.
We do not need that on the eve.
Luckily, our desk here is made solidly of wood, Damon. Southeast Melbourne by 1, halfway gone in this opening term. In 4th spot, looking to claw back some momentum on the top of the table.
Inexcusable for all guards. Got to know the clock. Maybe they assume they're going to get a full shot clock.
Doing a clockwork function.
It is a team that applies plenty of pressure on the ball carrier.
This might come back the other way. So if you go back to what happened initially, when the Cairns Taipans, they inbounded the ball, and then the siren went off as if there was supposed to be a substitution, right? So this is what happened after the fact, and then the referee said, hang on, no, that was a false siren. The clock didn't start anyway, so let's re-inbound it. And then the referee just said it started on 22. It should have started on 24. It wasn't their fault the siren went off and everybody stopped. So that's the right decision to give it back to Cairns.
Eagle-eyed, Pete Hooley.
He's on top of his game.
Well spotted.
Yeah.
It's just a man who's entering 2026 in very, very good form.
So there shouldn't have, because it was an error. So that's why there's no violation.
It's going to be hard to explain that to Josh King in the heat of the moment, but when he finishes this game and understands what happened, that's the right call.
Chris Reed, James Griggle, Nathan Path, our refereeing crew this evening. It's out the inside of Pete Hooley, Derek Rucker and Kelsey Brown throughout our call this evening. Night Cup action here on this New Year's Eve. Andrews throws it inside. Marcus Lee goes up and gets it and banks it home.
That is a great pass from Drew. Andrew Andrews always goes with some good stretches of playing some real pass-first type point guard stuff. He also likes to, at some point, he's going to get into his bag at some point, Derek, but if he can just strike the balance.
Yeah, because the bag sometimes is plentiful and other times it is scarce. And he's a tremendously talented player, but I would like to see him build his foundation among making his teammates look better, I think I'm trying to say, Dave.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to see if contact is from the side and the contact's prior to any active shooting.
I'm going to just write down the bag is plentiful and just tuck that away somewhere. That'll come out at some point. 16 to 15. Taipans up here. Let's take a look at this ball.
That could have been.
Harvey and
Last thing we need is any concussions.
John Brown get tangled up.
Pass front or back, we'll have 24 on the clock.
And Mo King accidentally gets his third foul.
So he has to take a seat. Cody Statman coming into the game here. Didn't see the courts against Adelaide last time out. And another turnover.
Sam Wardenberg jumped the route. He jumped the route and Daniel Foster nearly passed it to him.
Sloppy start here for both of these teams in moments.
We can reset, please. Thank you. Yep.
Reset the clock to 24 again.
Daniel Foster coming in instead of being Clark. Angus Glover expecting a big game out of him. A lot of depth on this Phoenix roster, Damon.
Pete, he let 10 guys in double figures. Pete, did that ever happen before in the league?
Wardenberg drives inside and we'll head to the free throw line. And Pete Hooley reels with a completely unanswerable question again for Damon Lara for the 472nd time in 2025.
That is, how does Josh King even know? I don't know how they do it, JP.
The Hungry Jacks NBL Ignite Cup presented by Disney Plus. Of course, it's headed to the Gold Coast this February. Head to nbl.com.au/Ignite Cup for all the updates. And we'll crown the inaugural winners on February 22 at the Gold Coast. They'll take home $400,000, 60% of that going directly to the players. Scan the QR codes on screen for tickets. nbl.com.au/Ignite Cup. Both of these teams toward the bottom of the table, of course, as we go into this one, but the opportunity to work their way up, particularly the Phoenix with 3 games to play.
I don't ask the league for much, so I just want them to just get a suitcase, a silver one, and a guy walk in with it handcuffed to his wrist and open it and have 400 cash sitting in there. It'd be awesome. Oh my God.
A little bit more edgy than a deal or no deal type setup as Cody Statman's called for the walk.
Get one of our nice sponsored cars, drive up, guy gets out, suitcase.
All black.
Yes.
Yep.
Gazy can drive the car.
Yeah, he's got a real mob vibe about him too. Andrew Gaze, deep in that cartel action. Marcus Lee with a very audacious attempt at a block shot there. Just doing his best to try and disrupt John Brown, who's off to a good start. 6 points, 3 of 5 shooting. Tied at 17 with 3 minutes to go in the first. Nice pass inside again from Andrews. Wardenberg finishes it off with 1 to come.
This is the Andrew Andrews that I like. This is the point guard. He got a lot of scores on his team. Being very patient. Nice left-hand bullet pass to Wardenberg. This is his 3rd assist. And there will come a time when Andrew Andrews will look at Daniel Foster and go, you can't guard me, and I'm going to have to prove that to you. But right now, he is facilitating beautifully.
Well, they've got 3 turnovers early, so they're kind of towing the line. It could flip either way, but as long as Andrews keeps them organized on the offensive end, I think they can score enough points at home, Pete.
Ketchalier's in there. How many minutes is a Ketchalier averaging? 14. And he's taking Jack McVay to the body shop. I'm going to make him do some work.
Had some good minutes last time out. 6, 7, and 3. Trying to spin his way on McVay. Puts it up. Got fouled. Ketchalier will head to the free throw line.
And Clark checks in. Just options on top of options Josh King has at his disposal. When the playoffs do eventually roll around, JP, it's got to get shortened.
So can you have too many options?
You can absolutely have too many options. And I feel like some of the guys that maybe get their minutes reduced as a result could be guys like a Daniel Foster, who's been very helpful in the all season because...
Now, if you have a big night, Damon, on New Year's Eve, you'll be thinking about burgers. There might be a few in the venue tonight that'll be keen for some burgers. Ketchalier denies them there, but I think burgers will be a big watch this evening.
Oh, yeah.
Be a few that wouldn't mind a cheesy tomorrow as Sam Wardenberg puts some sauce on that as he drives to the rim.
Caught a catch after missing the free throws. Lackadaisical back in D-Trans made him pay the price.
Cairns have only led at quarter time 7 times all season as Wardenberg takes the charge there. And we'll take a look at the Amy replay of Slam and Sam at the other end.
Just too easy.
Time out here.
Poor job by Catch, great job by Sam, and that call is getting challenged for sure. JB did give him a little bit of a forearmy, hippie shoulder, quite a common move we see a lot.
Josh King was wasting no time in challenging that one.
We're going to need camera 4, though, Pete. I think that angle is not the one we need.
Hey, Damon, what do you think of my proposal as we look at this angle here for this coach's challenge? That's an offensive foul.
That is a block for mine.
Okay.
He's moving backwards. Did he extend it that much there? Was it?
Who's initiating the contact? A little bit of a dip in the shoulder, and John Brown could hurt him.
And this would be his number 2 if it goes against John Brown. Wardenberg comes to almost a stop there.
This right arm a bit.
And this is the bit you mean right there? That looks like 3x bit.
Yeah, this might be unsuccessful. Ketchalier's calling for the flop.
Deliberations continue.
Orange.
There you go.
Successful.
We've seen it too many times this season, Derek.
The retreat.
The bump.
What, the foul on Orange 21? There is no foul.
So they...
There's no technical.
We have 12 seconds on the shot clock.
22-18.
No.
And the end result is there's no foul on the play.
I'm happy with a no call. I didn't think it was an offensive foul, but if anything, it was a block.
There is no foul on the play. So there's an offensive foul that's been wiped. There's no foul on the play. And then SEM will get the ball on the baseline with 12 seconds. Okay? All good?
So Southeast Melbourne ball is the end result of all of that. A trail by 4 late in this opening term. Angus Glover's had a couple of big games against the Taipans so far this year. 42 points combined in his 2 outings. Foxwell picks the pocket there. Glover regains control, trying to dump it down low to Hunter and couldn't connect with him.
Sloppy sequence by both teams. Cairns comes out of it unscathed.
Almost the turnover there. Foul called on Clark. Let's go courtside. Ariana Praver.
That's right. During that review, I was listening in to Coach Josh King, and he was telling his team that he wants to pick up the tempo, and he said focus on doing all of the little things. The problem that Southeast Melbourne has gotten themselves into right now is once you give a team a bit of confidence, especially a team like the Taipans, they will run away with this lead.
And this is a different Taipans team. Now that Sam Wardenberg is there, yes, I know you look at their record, you see 5-15. But Sam Wardenberg only lost a couple of games. They are a different outfit altogether. You can see on that last possession, and now Ian Clark is trying to figure out who to guard on defense.
To be fair, it'd want to be a different Taipans team because they've lost 2 games against the Phoenix by a combined 48 points this year, Dave. So it being a different Taipans thing is a good thing for all involved. 37 in round 1, 11 in round 9. Foxwell just tried to hook it over his head there. Minute and 20 seconds remaining in this opening term.
Mismatches. There's mismatches everywhere.
Jack McVeigh likes the look of this one. Glover did enough. Tosses it down low to Brown, loses the handle, and then went to the legs of Andrews.
And there's no challenge in that. That is definitely foul number 2 for JB3.
Just awkward rather than malicious from John Brown III on that occasion.
I've never seen John Brown post up so much. This is a bit of a new wrinkle.
Obviously seen something that they like there. Do you think that's matchup dependent just with this matchup, or something that maybe they want to try and incorporate as this season gets deeper?
I hope that's what they're doing. I hope they're looking for, because I've been screaming out all season about going to mismatches, and John Brown, he does all the screening on the team. He gets everybody else open. And now they're making making a concerted effort to reward him and give him the ball in his areas of strength.
So a minute remaining. This will be Cairns' first quarter win in this Ignite Cup, so they'll get their first point on the board. As I said earlier, they have only led at quarter time this season on 6 occasions.
And we saw how Coach Adam Ford coached last year, JP. Last game of the season. DJ Mitchell aggressively going to the basket. Everybody's posting up. They taking Andrew Andrews to the body shop.
So DJ Mitchell will head to the free throw line. Hasn't seen too much action this year. 16 appearances, about 7.5 minutes a game. He's got out there and filled it up on a couple of occasions, though.
John Brown foul trouble is just something to think about in the future. If he's missing or for whatever happens, we've seen Josh King is not afraid to make a substitution. But who's going to be their backup rotation? If DJ Mitchell doesn't want to feed the fans either. We've seen Malik Lewis play the 4. You can throw Angus Glover down there and play the 4. Feels like an ice hockey game in this first quarter.
Yeah, DJ can't believe he's not averaging double figures. That would have been 11 guys, which is completely unheard of.
Wes Wandu does a great job of knocking that one away from McVeigh.
Now don't foul.
Statman will get her in the backcourt. Needs to heave up the half-court prayer. Oh, almost dropped as well. Andrews recycles the possession, and he gets fouled.
121.
That was not far away from Cody Statman.
Incredible. Cody keeps it alive.
Just like they drew it up, eh?
Andrew Andrews gets on the glass for the offensive rebound, gets himself back to the stripe.
Just a little slow step there from Cody Statman. Game number 50 for him here in the NBL today. Drew Andrews heads to the line. Equals Cairns' highest first quarter score of the season at 27.
Andrew Andrews, JP, I don't know how he'll feel about this particular quarter for himself. A, your team is winning, gonna be winning by 9. You've only had the 2 shots, but you got 5 points, 4 assists, no turnovers, and a steal. In my book, that is great point guard play.
So a 9-point lead to Cairns. Their biggest quarter time lead so far this season is 8. So they are on a A really good pace in the early going here. Ian Clark's a bit strong with his three. Iwundu pulls it down and puts it in. Where's Iwundu on the drive? And the Taipans don't get a last look at it in that quarter, but they do go in having scored their most points in any first quarter of the season and lead by 7 to get their first points on the board here in this Hungry Jacks NBL Ignite Cup presented by Disney+. A quarter in the books on New Year's Eve in Cairns, and it's the home side up by 7 at quarter time.
Wednesday night Ignite Cup action in the Hungry Jacks NBL. This one is presented by Disney+, and we've had a massive quarter at the Cairns Convention Centre. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix and their head coach Josh King. He's played 11 players in that first term. Ian Clark comes in. It means others miss out on minutes, Pete.
Well, they're going to have to figure out the rotation, right? You're incorporating a very, very credentialed champion in Ian Clark, so eventually some guys will have to miss out. The foul trouble to John Brown hurt, but it is unfathomable to play 11 guys in the first 10 minutes. It is without fathom, Derek.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big move. It's a big risk, but we know he likes to play a lot of guys in the hope that their pressure sustained over 4 quarters wears you down. But good start also by the Taipans. They look sharp.
Joel, just off the back of that, Nathan Sobey with only 3 points in that first quarter.
First shot of the game, wasn't it, Kels, for him? Jack McVeigh gets the first shot of his second quarter to go to extend that lead out to double figures.
Can't relax for a second in Jack McVeigh. It don't matter if he hasn't had a shot in 7 minutes. If he's even close to being open, he always stays aggressive. If Nathan Sobey gets a nice midi to go.
Yep, you heard Kels, and he was straight on the scoreboard here in this second term. Gets his tally up to 5 for the evening. Harvey King leads all scorers in the game with 8. Jack McVeigh is fouled. Shooting a 3 ball gives us a chance to check in courtside with Ariana Praver.
That's right. I was listening in to head coach Josh King again, and really his main focus during that last timeout was offense. He keeps saying that the pace is too slow. He wants to see his team move faster. And in the half-court set, he said, set ball screens. We're not setting enough ball screens. Once you do that, then we can play off of that and find out what good shots are open. So set ball screens and push the pace was the message he gave to his team, guys.
Like it, Ariana. Thank you.
They like to go 4 out, 1 in, and the one guy in is the screener. And normally it's John Brown III. Now that Jordy Hunter's out there on the floor, He's kind of the designated screen setter, but Jordy wants to shoot threes as well. And the best three-point shooter on the team. His DJ got to go to the toilet probably real quick.
Nice little bit of detail there, Damon. Just different.
That's a long walk too, Damon. We'll see him in about 20 minutes.
Sobey to Hunter. Finishes. McVeigh could do nothing about that.
You can still run if you want to, okay?
Statton and McVeigh, Andrews, Wardenberg lead the lineup for the Snakes here in this second term. Hunter, Sobey, Iwando, Foxwell and Lewis as Iwando pinches that one back. Foxwell is waiting inside and Nathan Sobey darts it into him.
And this is the aspect of Cody Statman's game that he's got to really tighten up. He's not a point guard, but he often initiates a little bit of offense from time to time. That was just good defense from Nathan Sobey.
We're getting close to a timeout. But you go back to the opening game for both these teams this season. Cody Statman had to play the point as Geordie Hunter is going to go to the free throw line because Andrew Andrews hadn't arrived yet because of the visa issues with Ashton Hagens. And the Phoenix just went to work defensively, the full court pressure, speeding them up, turning them over, and ended up with a massive win.
And that's Cody's hook. Shots didn't mess around. Adam Ford didn't mess around. Brings Mo King back into the game.
Spoke about the reasons that he didn't play Cody Statman too much against Adelaide last time. Of course, Hoops Fest coming up in the middle of next month, in the first month of next year. Of course, it is going to be so exciting out west. An exclusive broadcast offer. Scan the QR code on screen for 20% off tickets. NBL, WNBL action as well. Sneakerland, it's all happening in Perth, the 15th to the 18th of January. Geordie Hunter, Cairns the second at the line.
Just to be clear, what month?
January.
So in about 5 hours.
Yeah, next month. Okay. Yeah, first month of next year, thanks, Pete. I'm just going to roll them all out this evening before we're done.
Another turnover. This is what the Phoenix do exceptionally well. If you have any struggles, if you're shaky with the ball, they will come after you. And I think you're going to get a challenge here from Adam Ford. And you know, Damon, I'm not a fan of these where Adam Ford has no chance of seeing that from where he is standing on the other side of the court. You're putting all your trust in your veteran point guard.
And Damon, this is what I was going to hit you about before, the first half challenge. And I say if you lose this first half challenge, you lose a timeout in the second half.
I like it. I like it. A, it speeds the game up.
Correct.
But B, why you like, is it that big of a deal? You're up by 6 points. It's not a foul. You're not trying to protect the player from foul trouble. It's literally a possession. And
I think if you break that down,
I think that's going to be successful.
Yeah. Hit Andrews last as Foxwell hit it into his hand.
That's what I'm thinking.
That
He's
comes
kind
off
of hits it
Andrew's
up.
hand.
I think he's in trouble here. And again, you're not, as you said perfectly, we always say, you're not really saving anything.
What's the big deal if you get a stop?
I think we've seen more of these early coaches challenges ever since when you get it right, you keep it. Right? The first time it's, hey, you've got one challenge, you lose it, and you're done. And now Adam Ford, he's going to have to miss out. And again, I understand what Andrew Andrews is thinking, just in a bang-bang play. Yep, there's no way that's off me. But when you break it down,
off his leg, it hits back onto his hand, and Andrews hits it last.
when you break it down frame by frame in extra slow motion like they do in the replay center, it's going to feel different than in high speed for Andrews.
It certainly does. And I've even heard some of the NBA podcasters talking about eliminating players going twirling.
Making that a warning. It's a twirling epidemic.
Everyone wants to do it. You get listened to. Foxwell couldn't get it to go, but Hunter tips it home.
The 7-footer just reached over 6'8" Jack McVeigh, tipped it in.
And here's the other issue, still on that coach's challenge. Adam Ford has no timeouts left this half, as the Phoenix are starting to go on a run and figure some things out.
Galloway from outside puts a stop to that.
KG, that's what he does. He stretches the D.
You seem particularly invested in KG's performance tonight. Any Supercoach kind of bias coming out from you?
Heaps of Supercoach bias. Heavily invested into Kyron Galloway this evening.
How many beat you last week?
Not many. Oh, it was a splification, JP. It was an almighty splification of biblical proportions.
An exenteration, would you say?
A staggering nearly 14,000 losses. I don't want to discourage everybody from registering, though, because they don't have a good chance of winning.
So you got heavily invested in who, sorry, Damon?
Kyron Galloway this round.
Yeah, that would be wrong. You were heavily invested in his brother, Jalen, plays for the other team.
McVeigh plays it in and then goes down a little bit short as Jack McVeigh. We'll keep an eye on that.
What?
Nathan Sobey from the corner. He hits the triple.
Just pulled up his Supercoach team. That is Jay Galloway, plays for the Sydney Kings. They are brothers. Easy mistake.
And you can't blame being colourblind on that. Not letting you get away with that.
I really hope you're taking the P155. But anyway, we'll get back to the game.
Kyron Galloway's got 5 points on 2 of 2 shooting. Wardenberg underneath, just has it denied by Geordie Hunter. That was a very casual swat from the big man.
And then ran the floor and gets rewarded with the two-hand dunk. Good pass from Wesson Wundu.
Action on both ends.
You probably wish you had a timeout up your sleeve to maybe stop a run.
Geordie Hunter with 11 on 5 of 5 shooting in the game. Jack McVeigh leads all scorers with 12. Foul on the play. Foxwell called for the contact. The Amy replay.
Great help from Geordie, because they definitely went inside to Sam on the mismatch. But he just didn't admire his work. He then ran the floor. Good extra pass from Wes. Good basketball.
See Malik Lewis back out there again for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Like limited minutes last time out against Tassie. Andrews rises up, front iron. Hunter, Foster, Sobey, Iwundu, Lewis out there for Southeast Melbourne. King, McVeigh, Andrews, Galloway, Wardenberg for the Taipans. Iwundu driving baseline, strong finish.
Great drive. That's what I like to see, because he can't always shoot threes. Phoenix shot 6 threes in the first quarter, went 1 of 6. And I always say, if you're not hitting threes, you got to be have other ways to generate offense. And Wesson Wundu especially, he's got the size, he's got the athleticism and the skill set to be able to get on the rim and mix his offensive game up. And Pete, let me throw one at you, Pete. We're seeing Daniel Foster getting a lot of early run, both quarters. Angus Glover seems to be the odd one out this particular evening. Only played the 3 minutes, Angus.
We had the 2 fouls in the early game down. It's going to be a foul there on Geordie Hunter, but as I cut you off, continue.
Now, I was just going to say he's not in foul trouble. In the last game, he got picked up 2 early fouls in the first quarter as he checks in right now on cue. But it's so much that Josh King has to worry about rotations. Where do you see that? The Angus Glover situation.
Well, Angus Glover, he was arguably the 6th man of the year a couple of weeks ago with what he was doing on a team that was contending for a championship and sitting second on the ladder. So now it's about figuring out the rotation going forward. And I think the easiest way to answer is to throw it back at you. Do you see Foster as an integral part of their rotation in the playoffs? As a backup point guard, whether it could be Glover or Ian Clark?
No, and that's not disrespectful to Foster, because he's played well this season. In his what?
No rim. No hit.
They said no rim, JP.
Did not touch anything, Dave.
That's hard to do. I don't know what that feels like myself.
So that's going to be a side out.
Good grief, Marcus.
That's grim off a free throw.
Why'd I get back to my laptop? But to answer your question, Pete, Daniel Foster's played good this season in his minutes, but now that I have Ian Clark, the backup point guard, I got Nathan Sobey who can play some points. I got Angus Glover who can play some point, and Ian Clark. So right now, Daniel Foster, he comes in and he can play some defense and do some things from time to time, but I just feel like he's lower on the totem pole.
And also, to answer your point, because you like to test me, in leading into this game, in 8 of 20 games before tonight, Nathan Sobey has taken 8 of the first shots for the Phoenix in the first 20 games. And there's been Geordie Hunter 4, and then Iwundu 3 games each.
See, JP, I knew people like that kind of stuff.
That was not me. That was the great Duncanberg on Twitter. He does some phenomenal stuff. But he's now 9 of 21 in taking the first shot for the Phoenix. 3 of 7 from 3 and 1 from a 2-point range.
Duncanberg. Good work by you. Pete's farming out his work, JP.
That's okay. By any means necessary. and Duncan's a learned eye on these kind of things. That's some great work right across the codes of Australian basketball. Foster taking it inside, going at Marcus Lee. Harvey King thought he was fouled. Andrews sees a lane, rolls right down the highway, and Hunter erases it.
Great job by Geordie running the lanes, playing both ends. And this is bad offense as Malik Lewis travels. Josh King specifically asked for some ball screens. to set up some offense, get some good shots out of it. And that last couple of possessions, just strictly 5-out one-on-one basketball.
Cairns led by 7 at quarter time by as many as 11 in the game as Andrews just ran out of gas there. And he coughed and spluttered his way to the hoop. Geordie Hunter at the other end. Can't hit from outside. James Griggle says that's going back in orange.
And I get that Andrew Andrews wants that call, which I didn't, from our angle, wasn't a foul, but you still got to get back on defense.
Way up a chance as well. Fair as Mahava King is fouled.
And we got some Kyle Adnam music. We have not heard the Kyle Adnam song in quite a while. And he's coming in for Andrew Andrews, possibly because he didn't get back on DP.
That, and also they need a bit of help bringing the ball up the floor. So you bring in a guy who is a true point guard to just be the veteran, be the captain, be the level header, and just make sure that they don't turn the ball over to end this half.
Spent some time with the Phoenix across the course of his career. Kyle Adnam, of course, as Mahava King knocks another one in from outside. He's into double figures on the evening.
Well, Mo King's got a contract waiting for me if I'm Cairns Taipans brass for next season, for the next 2 seasons.
Do much worse than him, of course, signed as an injury replacement player. Sitting on the couch to start the NBL season as Galloway gets a bit of that. Glover tosses it off the apparatus.
There's only so many players in the league that don't need a whole lot of time to get heated up. Some guys need to play into a rhythm. And when you got so many guys playing so many minutes, it's hard to get into a rhythm. So I'm not surprised that the Phoenix is struggling to score right now. Even Nathan Sobey, this particular game, only got the 11 minutes. Not to say he won't play the majority of the second half, JP, but it's just hard.
Kyle Adnam suiting up for just getting court time for just the 2nd time since October this evening. See him out there. Cairns by 5, 3:42 left here in this second term. Hungry Jacks NBL Ignite Cup action presented by Disney+. They're on New Year's Eve earlier tonight. The Hawks got it done in a thriller over the Jack Jumpers. Controversy on the last play as Aketchalier pulls that one down and pops it back in.
Mojave definitely protected himself on that possession. Good job by Aketchalier to get on the glass.
Lee. He faked that he was passing inside to McVeigh and sold everyone. Turned it over. A foul at the other end.
To me, an unsportsmanlike foul too. Just a quick grab, no play at the ball.
No line up, guys, no line up, stay out, stay out, stay out.
And that looks like it's a short stint.
Stop, transition, sorry.
It's going to be just over a minute for Kyle Adnam.
Not the longest song. Kyle Adnam music.
Look, what's that one by Blur that all the radio stations use just to fill some time before the news?
Song number 2.
That's it. Thank you, musical guru.
More of a sample.
Where was Owen Foxwell when Kyle Adnam was the captain of the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix?
What do you mean?
I just wonder, was Owen Foxwell like the development player? Was there any history between them two?
Yeah, I believe he was. Just going off memory.
Or was he in high school? Was he in junior high?
No favour with his life circumstance at that particular point, but pretty sure he was around the place. Sobey can't hit at the other end. Angus Glover with the straight takeaway. Sobey inside. Foxwell can't lay it home. Andrews is irate with the call.
Orange 12, blocking
And
foul.
got the tackle.
On the leg.
Well, we've seen this before, Damon, where he just momentarily loses his temper and really costs his team. That is
Oh, my God.
And that's why you want to keep your challenge.
He jumped out of the way and made no contact.
Correct.
Chris Reed completely botched that call.
You can't double down on it and get it technical. That's your 4th personal now. 7 assists. You've been so important to your team.
It was a very quick tech. Is there, I mean, do they still give warnings? Like, I don't know, but we don't know what Andrew, he might have said the magic word, but good. Okay.
Hang on, before you do that, Adam, it's a warning on your bench, right? Your assistant coach is up behind your back, having a crack at you, right?
Oh, I know. I understand. Yeah, and I've already copped it a few times.
You go here, Chris Reed, giving a warning to the Cairns bench. Foxwell misses the second.
Referees make mistakes just like the players do. And when Chris goes back and watches this game, he'll realize that was one of the ones that got away from him. But Andrew Andrews definitely compounded the issue. We will not see him anymore probably to the fourth quarter.
David, it was a short stint on the court. Then it was a short stint off the court. He's back on. Bring the music.
The Kyle Adams song is back on.
Can we start it from where we left it? Can we just hit play on the CD player again? Tosses it here to Wardenberg through the legs. Sam Wardenberg knocks that one in.
That's a skill set. That's a very impressive skill set by the 6'10" Kiwi.
Foxwell at the other end. Wardenberg got a piece of it. There was contact on the play. Before that bucket from Wardenberg, Southeast had scored 11 of the previous 14 points in the game to tie things up at 42. Now they'll get a chance at the free throw line. Ryan Smith there, one of the injured Taipans at the moment, sitting alongside Drew Andrews. Mag getting his first run of the game here.
And you can't catch a break, the Taipans, with the evaluation of his return pushed further back. So I know they look like they're a bit more at full health with Sam Wardenberg returning, but missing a key sharpshooter out on the wing.
What about Admiral Schofield, Pete? Is there any issues with him? Ryan?
Not in terms of health, potentially.
Well, there was a bit of a hip complaint a week or so ago. As Angus Glover gets a steal and forces another turnover, but probably hasn't delivered up to the expectations of many.
But to get no playing time?
Maybe it was just because he was in the top 15 at the start of the year.
Number 13 he was, and certainly hasn't met those expectations.
No, number 13 for each of the minutes he played last time out as McVeigh hits that from outside, puts the Snakes up by 3 again.
Selby catches it and lets it go straight away, and we are up and down.
It's interesting because it's an archetype that has worked for Adam Ford in the past. As McVeigh gets another one to go, fading away. Starting to heat up now is Jack, and that's a very dangerous place to be for an opposition team.
17 points just like that. He had 2 shots in the first quarter.
That's what happens when John Brown picks up a couple of fouls. You can't have your elite premier defender going at Jack McVeigh.
Foxwell outside. He can't answer back. Wardenberg might have got clipped on the rebound there as well. Now they hand it to Jack McVeigh, guarded by Aaliyah.
Too cagey. He's too cagey.
Getting to his left hand all the way in, and Jack McVeigh's doing what he does best once more.
The cagey accumulator of points.
Under a minute to go in the opening half. Foul off the ball on Mawat Mag.
Bonus 2.
And that is a very silly foul for Mawat.
9th of the quarter for the Snakes.
Kills the momentum.
Of course, Damon, the last time Jack McVeigh stepped foot on this floor as he takes a break to go to half-time, he gave the New Zealand Breakers 47 of the best. So he's 19 on 6 of 7 shooting already in this one. Foxwell gets that to go. Southeast Melbourne have won 5 in a row between these two teams. As we mentioned earlier on, both of the games earlier this season. Foxwell into double figures on the evening. He's been prolific at the free throw line so far. 50 seconds to play here in this opening half. Cairns have already got their first Ignite Cup points of the season. Trying to add some respectability into the standings as far as they're concerned. The Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, well, they came in a live chance with 3 games to go. They haven't lived up to the billing so far. Statman can't put that one back in, but he was fouled on the play.
Kyle Adnam attacking the hoop. His job was just to not get his shot blocked, and good job by Cody Statman. 6'8" Cody Statman, that is, on the offensive glass, gets himself to the stripe.
Started his NBL career at the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Played some limited ball for them over the previous couple of seasons. Cairns product, of course, playing on his home floor.
I just can't keep track of all the subs for Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. I just really can't. It is every couple of minutes a horn is going off.
Most subs than most of the world's navies in this first half. Angus Glover into a three, and that one rolls in.
And that was a 2-for-1, I think, JP. I think he might have had his foot on the line, but this is the tempo the Phoenix want to play at.
It's 4-3 on the floor. We'll see whether they review that. It is reviewed immediately, Damon. Eagle eyes from you. So a 1.5 second difference shot to game clock. Cairns have only led at halftime 6 times this season. They're up by 4. Sam Wardenberg can't put them up by 7. Kyle Adams tosses it over his head. It was inventive. He couldn't quite execute the miracle shot. And the Snakes are on top at halftime in Ignite Cup action. 52-48. It's been a great first half from them, Damon.
Certainly has. They're doing just enough to keep their noses in front. They've had their challenges, namely Andrew Andrews on the bench with 4 fouls. But Jack McVeigh got the scoreboard ticking over, 19 points on 6 of 7 shooting.
Indeed. So it's a 4-point lead to the Taipans. Let's go to Ariana.
That's right. I'm standing by with Mojave King. Mojave, you're in double figures in that first half. How were you able to get to your spot and score so effectively?
Yeah, I think my teammates are just doing a great job of finding me in spots where I can just do my thing. They're making it easy for me so far tonight. So, yeah, grateful for them.
You guys have the lead at halftime, but you are in a bit of foul trouble. How do you keep up the defensive pressure in the second half, but still be careful?
Just staying disciplined. I feel like when we play our pace, you know, we can play with any team in this league, but when we get sped up by a team like Southeast Melbourne who likes to play fast, you know, it doesn't really play into our hand as much. So just staying disciplined.
Good luck in the second. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you're absolutely right, Ariana. They are in foul trouble, the Cairns Taipans, but they lead by 4 at the major break. A big first half for them, impressive first half for them. How have you seen Cairns Taipans?
Well, it's a good start for them, and I thought they were a little bit sloppy at times with the basketball. Obviously, they have some issues now in terms of who's going to run the show with Andrews on 4 fouls.
Yeah, 4 fouls. He had 7 assists. I thought he was terrific, and then he compounded on the errors. But Mojave King's right. The Phoenix are trying to speed them up. If they can slow down and play at their pace, they're a chance to win this game.
Yeah, we have a massive halftime show coming up for you after this. We'll talk about Andrew Andrews and that tech foul and what the Cairns Taipans need to do to get this win up there at the Cairns Convention Centre. You're watching the Hungry Jacks NBL. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more after this. We are back for the halftime show. We are at the Cairns Convention Centre for the second game of a doubleheader here on Ignite Cup action. It's Wednesday night in the Hungry Jacks NBL. This one's presented by Disney Plus, and the Cairns Taipans, Adam Ford is happy at the moment. They are leading by 4 at the major break. What are your thoughts on the first half, Derek? Massive effort from the Cairns Taipans and Jack McVeigh, 19 points to the half.
Well, when you go up to Cairns and play a basketball game, it's tricky. But when you go up there for a New Year's Eve game, it takes on a whole different element. And you can see right now, Southeast Melbourne can't find their rhythm in this game offensively. They've been scatty. And I think right now, it's going exactly how Adam Ford would have hoped for.
Yeah, outside of the Andrew Andrews foul trouble and a couple of the turnovers, but they've got to shoot the ball well. And again, the best part about that first half, John Brown picks up a couple of fouls and Jack McVeigh is able to capitalise on him sitting on the bench.
Well, let's take a look at that Andrew Andrews foul. It was a no foul and then into a tech foul. A massive highlight package from him to begin with. 7 assists. He was really facilitating out there. He was epic for that first little bit and then he got in foul trouble.
Again, he's been terrific. Look, 6, 5 and 7 in a team that has really struggled to get the ball over the half-court line, where the Phoenix, in the first 2 times they played, them have preyed on that, right? But this right here, yes, there's no foul committed. You can have that part, but it's after that, whatever was said was enough to clearly get a technical foul, we hope, but it was otherwise it's a very quick trigger, because again, if it's just at himself, now we don't know what was said, but we talk about the technical fouls a lot. And again, we're very harsh on a lot of those things. As Damon said, the referees get some things wrong. Clearly that was the wrong call. If he is just frustrated at the call and kept whatever he said inward and not directed at a referee, then it's a tough technical, because you can understand the emotion for that being called when you clearly were nowhere near him.
But I think he has to understand how vulnerable they are right now. They don't have a lot of guards that can carry the basketball. He is so important to them if they want to try and win this basketball game. They need his playmaking, they need his organization, and they need his shot making down the stretch. With 4 fouls from here, Pete, I don't need... When can you see him again?
You're going to have to be the fourth quarter, but also
really?
That is why you keep your coach's challenge. That is why you don't burn it on an out-of-bounds play in the first half especially.
He burnt it early, Adam Ford. But, Derek, I'm with you on that one. It's one of those things where Cairns Taipans, they desperately need this when you've got to keep you cool. Let's take a look at the Thursday night promo. We've got hoops for so many of the nights coming up all the way into January. The Brisbane Bullets and the Perth Wildcats tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. up in Brisbane. Derek, you're screwing your face up at this one. What don't you like?
Oh, man, there's so much going on with this game. The Perth Wildcats have injuries. They can't find any rhythm in Brisbane. Well, Brisbane, we could go on for 2 podcast episodes about them this season and what's happened over the past few days. Look at the fixture, Pete.
Well, that's the little appetizer. That's going to be an emotional game on both sides. It means a lot to the Wildcats.
What's your game of the round, though?
Friday night, baby.
Okay,
Friday night.
time.
Chapter 3 of Adelaide versus Sydney, as I said in the previous game. This is Adelaide's best chance to win a championship since 2018, and also back in 2002 when they won it. But they're coming up against what looks like to be their biggest obstacle in the Sydney Kings.
And there is great news for Damon Lowry, who thought that he had Kyron Galloway, but actually has Jalen Galloway. Kings play 2 games in this round. The one that I'm looking forward to is that Monday night game, Kings and Phoenix. But the Phoenix are desperately trying to turn things around at the moment. They had that 9-day break over Christmas. They come out, they weren't themselves against the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, and they definitely haven't been themselves in the first part of this game as well. We've got 20 minutes left of basketball for your New Year's Eve. Make sure you get comfy on the couch. Join us over the other side. We've got plenty more NBL action right after this. are back with the Hungry Jacks highlights, and no surprises, it's the man that's leading the charge for the Cairns Taipans. It's the $1 million man, Jack McVeigh. He has 19 points up into the half, and he's really getting going, Pete. Yeah, he really is, and again, he took advantage of no John Brown, which is what the smart players do, because John Brown's a tough guy to score on one-on-one, and in fact, if you ask Damon Lowry, nobody can score on John Brown 101, which might be very factual, but right now he is just getting to work, and he's so crafty the way he uses what can look like he's off balance, but he's super balanced because he practices this. If you get to a Cairns game early enough, as we look like Blackmore's profile, if you get there early enough, he's literally doing all this funky stuff with weights and everything, all about balance, even though it looks quirky. Well, the second half is going to be interesting because right now his radar is well and truly locked in, 6 of 7 from the field. But guess what? He's going to face extra defensive pressure because Andrew Andrews isn't in the game. But that's what I love about Jack McVeigh as well. He really dots the I's, crosses the T's. He leaves no stone unturned. And if you want to get some insight into what Jack McVeigh is like, go and follow him on Instagram. He's got great tips for young basketballers. Good point.
Second half about to get underway here in Cairns. 52-48. Joel Peterson, Damon Lowry off the back of the fine work of Kelsey Brown, Pete Pooley and Derek Rucker. Ariana Prather is courtside with us this evening as Geordie Hunter opens us up with a 3 here in this second half.
Just like that, Geordie comes to set a ball screen. He's flaring. A best three-point shooter by percentage.
He's got 14 points to lead the Phoenix. Jack McVeigh with 19 here at halftime. Kyron Galloway, brother of Damon's man, couldn't hit. Sobey tosses it ahead to Brown, who lays it home and hands the Phoenix the lead.
D-Trans non-existent, and Andrew Andrews starts the third quarter on 4 fouls. Will Foxy try to post him up, or will he try to ice him and go at him?
Into under 25. Why 25?
Only led for 3 minutes in the game so far, the Phoenix. Let's take a look at the Amy replay.
Thanks, Nathan.
What cracks me up is how everybody that comes sets the screen touches the defender and try to make them think they're on that side when nobody really falls for it. But Geordie's shooting 45% from downtown, so you got to know that he's ghost screening, picking and popping.
36 of 79 now on the season, Geordie Hunter. Outstanding from range all campaign.
Down here.
King driving inside is fouled.
Bang!
And
Take, bang!
Technical, one shot.
Wesley Wundu got way too aggressive, got in the ref's personal space. And you can hear the ref say, get out of my face. Didn't move quick enough, JP. Got to wear the tech.
Third foul on Iwundu now. So he's got 3. Andrews has 4. Technical free throw falls for McVeigh to tie it up. He's got 20 in the game, 20 of their 53. He's only taken 7 shots, Jack McVeigh. Ruthlessly efficient tonight. Andrews rising up and hitting.
Tough pull-up under some serious pressure.
Andrews into a 3-ball. That one was well strong, pulled down by Galloway, who lost it. Got caught up among the traffic. Sobey to Brown, back to Sobey, in rhythm, bang!
Wow, just like that. Cairns have got to do a better job of D-Trans identifying where everybody is, but this is what the Phoenix do. They play a breakneck pace. They took another 6 threes in that second quarter. Already shot 2 this quarter. They're going to get up at least 24.
That's chicken change for the Phoenix so far this season, only 24.
Bay tries to go at John Brown. John Brown gets the steal. Tell you, Pete, he does not get scored on very often, if at all.
If he does, you have to catch him slipping where he loses his feet on a shot fake. Otherwise, he's just, you think you've got him beat, and he gets in there with his hands.
And one. Indeed it is. Sam Wardenberg puts the Snakes back on top with 1 more to come.
John Brown is the defender that you can trust to guard everybody. The bigs, as we see Wardenberg draw the foul. The smalls, the point guards, to fight through screens. He doesn't make defensive mistakes. He's already got 4 steals so far.
100 years of thrills, laughs, and joy. The Harlem Globetrotters coming to your city. They're Australia and New Zealand tour. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legacy. Scan the QR code on screen to buy tickets now and be part of all the fun of their 100-year tour. It's going to be all kinds of good across Australia and New Zealand in the middle of next year. As we tick over to 2026 as of tonight. Wardenberg swats that shot. Having an impact at both ends, Sam Wardenberg. 11-2, 2 and a block. Galloway loses the handle again.
5 steals for JB3. And then defensive transition non-existent.
He is impenetrable. Here's John Brown III.
And Jordy, just one of the best bigs in the league, if not the best, at just running the floor.
Where's that? Wardenberg there, but got some contact on the play. It's a great matchup between Wardenberg and Hunter. Both bigs who can do it in a variety of different ways.
2 different styles. Obviously, Sam Wardenberg can put the ball on the floor, crossovers, and he just got, Jordy got his feet kind of crossed up, got on the rim. And Jordy Hunter picks up his 3rd foul. Who will be left late in the game?
31 fouls in the game between these 2 teams so far. So King has 3 for Cairns, Andrews has 4. Hunter's got 3 for Southeast Melbourne, so too does Iwandu. And then you've got Lewis, Clark, Foxwell and Brown with 2. Adnam and Lee both have 2 for the Taipans.
And you think that Andrew Andrews, there's nobody really to hide on. Sobey knows he's got 4 fouls. I'm surprised that Sobes isn't going directly at him.
Iwandu in attack mode, slashes through, and that one falls in. As Iwandu 3 of 5 on the evening for 6 points. He was 1 of 10 back on Monday night. Of course, on the quick double for Phoenix, as were Tassie earlier tonight. Hadn't played in 9 days before Monday night's game. McVeigh from outside, jacks up to 23 on 7 of 8 shooting.
JB3 got to wear that one. He relaxed off the ball. We see Adelaide do that a lot for Bryce. Just comes off the screen. The big just hands it to him. JB got pinned.
Iwandu to the spin, over the top of Marcus Lee. That's a tough finish. Now West is starting to heat up. Focus at the other end is Jack McVeigh. Little pocket pass from Andrews there. Likes the matchup against Foxwell. Takes him to his spot. Harvey King from outside, can't hit. Lee tried to play tunnel ball to get it to McVeigh, and that didn't work. Sobey from deep. That's Nathan Sobey, kind of range. Timeout Cairns. Sobey puts Southeast up by 2, 65-63. And that is right in Nathan Sobey's bag.
Andrew Andrews got to know. He just relaxed. I know you got 4 fouls, but Sobey's never going to turn that shot down. This is how the Phoenix play.
Tangerine timeout, 65-63. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd. Nightcap action presented by Disney Plus here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Kels, Ruck and Pete.
How long do you experiment with the Andrew Andrews thing?
It's working right now, so you continue to trust him and say, look, just stay out of foul trouble. The problem is how much until the Phoenix start to really test him and say, hey, are you going to play any defense at all? But back to Nathan Sobey. I tell you what, confidence is a wonderful thing. And as soon as he started trailing in that play, I just thought if he gets the ball here, he is going to pull it.
You can't ease up on him, especially in transition. When he feels that there's a potential for a momentum shift, that's when he's most dangerous.
Nathan Sobey, 4 of 8 from downtown. Feeling real good about himself, JP.
Yep, he's ending the year in fine style. Southeast Melbourne by 2. Let's go to Ariana.
That's right. I was listening into head coach Adam Ford, and he told his team that they are aware of the foul situation. He said, we got them in the bonus right where we want them, so expect everything to be downhill and going towards the basket for the Taipans to try to play on that foul trouble that Southeast is having to deal with right now, guys.
It's becoming a headache for them. Lewis pinches that one off Jack McVeigh.
Pull.
Sobey again. Not that time. Wardenberg extends for the rebound. King, McVeigh, Andrews, Wardenberg, Lee out there for Cairns. Brown, Foster, Sobey, Iwandu, Lewis for Southeast Melbourne. Sam Wardenberg getting downhill and banking that home to tie us up once more.
The scoreboard is ticking over nicely, but if I'm Adam Ford, I'm taking Andrew Andrews out, and yep, we think alike. Adam, if he can just survive this possession, because JB's got him posted, put your hands straight up.
That's what he did, and Brown was able to knock it in.
Because Kyle Adams subbing in. You rolled the dice with Drew in the third quarter. You gave him 5 good minutes. He did a great job of protecting himself. Let's not get greedy.
Yep. Come up double sixes so far in this third term. One thing the Taipans don't want is for it to turn to snake eyes quickly as Foster picks up the foul there.
111, hit first, bonus 2.
4:16 remaining here in this third term.
And it's only a matter of time. It'll be a sub on the shooter. It's only a matter of time before the Phoenix get the game on their terms. It's only a matter of time.
Do you feel like it's trending in that direction?
Right now it is. As Andrew is flirting with a triple-double.
Misses the first free throw.
We've only had 1 triple-double this season, JP.
4 turnovers as well, 4 fouls. So he's going okay in a number of categories, depending on which way you look at it, just from a numerical perspective anyway. Adds the 1 to his account there. So he checks out of the game, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. And Kyle Adnam does come back in for him. Cody Statman getting a little bit more run as well. Daniel Foster entrusted with the ball handling duties. Glover just the 8.5 minutes so far in the game.
Oh, Lord.
Been massive when these two teams met throughout the course of the season as Sobey got Lee up in the air there and baited him into one.
And it's funny because he kind of bobbled the ball a little bit. He would have got a clean shot off, but because he kind of fumbled a bit, he gathered it, and Marcus, he said, I can get you up in the air. Marcus says he didn't touch him, which he definitely went past his landing space.
Damon, we've been in this league a long time. It's rare you see a scorer, a skilled guy, and an athletic guy like Sobey all in one.
Man, how many seasons is this for him now? And I know you've been beating that drum for a while, and I totally agree with you. In his younger days, he would have put the ball when he dunked it. He did 2 hands touching his lower spine. He ain't getting up as high, but he has not lost any other athleticism. I feel like he's even a better defender. He's more mature.
12th season for Nathan Sobey here in the NBL. He's still got a little bit of bounce, a bit of pop, a bit of pep in that step.
The first team All-NBL is going to be an absolute nightmare for those that vote.
Good luck to those. I don't know who those are, but good luck to them.
Me neither, and nobody cares what we think, but Nathan Sobey, if he keeps his team in the top 4, he's in my first team All-NBL.
It's going to be awfully tough to keep out, you'd imagine. He's a 5 in the league in scoring, Nathan Sobey so far this season. Shooting the 3-ball well. Also just under 36%. And when they play well, he tends to play well.
And you got some guys coming too. Xavier Cookson starting to make his case. Sidney continued to pile up victories, and he's excelling. You know, where does JaVale McGee fit into the whole equation? It's getting really tricky. Right now, I've got Kendrick, I've got Bryce as my first 2. That doesn't make me a rocket scientist, I know.
Sobey's in there.
Sobey's 3.
We could be heading towards 4 point guards.
If Tasmania Jack Jumpers make the playoffs, Bryce Hamilton. Can we all agree that you have
15? Why is he going to make his All-NBL?
Thank you, Joel.
I've got Parker Jackson Cartwright on mine, so there's 4 point guards for you.
No shade on PJC, that's for sure. Here's Jack McVeigh, who's maybe making a little bit of a case of his own in recent times. He gets fouled. He's got 23 to his name. He'll go to the line to add a couple more.
He's got 8 shot attempts, JP. In the words of Lennar Copeland, he ain't shooting enough.
Get that man the ball.
Let's go.
And lately, we've really been almost requiring that the team do well as the individual because it's gotten so difficult with the increase in talent. Now, how much do you discount McVay in his pursuit of an all-NBL first team, given that the Taipans have had so many injuries and guys out with so much player change?
Again, 15 losses for the Taipans. If they don't, the wooden spoon, you can't get the wooden spoon and the first team all-NBL.
Where is that written? I don't see that in any NBL bylaws. If this guy has season best, career best numbers, Damon.
Beautiful floater from Ian Clark.
Second team, I can see him the second team, but the first.
Damon Lowry, Pete Hooley, Derek Rucker, Kelsey Brown with you, Ariel. Play the court side on this Wednesday night Ignite Cup matchup as Sam Wardenberg goes sliding into the hardwood.
Looked like a little bit of a frustration foul from Angus Glover. And we know he can quickly turn into Danny Glover in the drop of a hat. Got his money worth on that one. Only his second foul.
24 points when they met last. He was 6 of 12 from outside. He had 18 in round 1 against Cairns, did Angus Glover. So it's a matchup he enjoys. He has not seen a lot of opportunity this evening. Just 4 shot attempts, 0 of 1 from outside. Just under 10 minutes of game time. Averaging 20 minutes across the course of the season and double-figure scorer for the South East Melbourne team. Wardenberg gets the second to go.
Admiral Schofield is dressed.
Yes, he is. Yep.
Have we ever seen an NBA player get a DNP? There's something going on.
From outside. That's a big hit.
Oh, that's the Ian Clark that we remember. It was only a matter of time. Professional scorer.
1 of 6 from outside. The other night was Ian Clark on his South East Melbourne debut. He's 1 of 2 so far for his 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field. McVay's got 25 in the game. He tosses this one to Lee, who loses the handle.
Good double team.
Malik Lewis back the other way. Lee got a piece of it. Down the bucket.
Jack McVay's got to get into his post move a little quicker, knowing that the double team is now coming.
And a good third term here from the South East Melbourne Phoenix. They've outscored Cairns, as you see, 18 to 29. 29 to 18, I should say. Mort Mag playing some minutes late in this third term. Adnan, McVay, Galloway and Wardenberg out there. Wardenberg's got 16, McVay's got 25, Mojave King's got 11. They're the 3 double-figure scorers for the Taipans. Sam adds 2 more to his tally.
Great decision by Kyle Adams. I thought he was going to shoot the floater, but he saw Sam Wardenberg coming down the lane.
Sobey's got 18 at this end for South East Melbourne. Glover down low. Bit of push and shove between Mag and Brown.
Orange 3, push.
It's not yet in the penalty in this quarter. South East Melbourne have done a Cairns from the second quarter and committed 9 fouls so far this term.
Incredible. The foul discipline is going out the window.
This is not the only game of basketball going on in Queensland tonight, Damon. Townsville Fire in action this evening in the WNBL. The Bendigo Spirit just taking care of them nicely. You can...
A little bit further down south, the Fire, they're putting the fire out.
Indeed, indeed. Wardenberg puts it on the floor. That's a nifty move for a big man.
The league has forgotten. We haven't forgotten how talented Sam Wardenberg is. This is what Adam Ford was missing all season.
I don't think the teams in free agency will be forgetting either, Damon, as Sobey drives inside.
You hate to think about what if, and I know they're not going to have excuses because they went all in this year and they were very vocal about it, the Taipans, but Rain Smith now out. Sam Wardenberg didn't play till beginning of December. We had a pair, Wardenberg and McVay, way back at the start of the season. And again, you mentioned Admiral Schofield, Damon. I mean, he's sitting there right now, and again, if we don't get any other information, it's a DNP CD, coach's decision. You'd be thinking, okay, well, we might have to make a move there if the other 2 are thriving and we can really make a shake of this, because Andrew's been very good.
I feel like somebody like Andrews too, Pete, the more he knows the league, if he was to come back next season, he would be more familiar with what to expect.
Would you like to see that?
I'm happy to run it back, provided, you know, there's got to be a conversation in the offseason about some of the things that he did struggle with. But he didn't get to play with Sam Wardenberg neither. He got to play with a different kind of a lineup.
And I like the fact that he plays with a lot of passion. Like every game matters to him, and you can't always find that in all imports.
Certainly wears his heart on his sleeve. This is Andrew Andrews. As we've seen a couple of times, including tonight. There's Ian Clark fouls Kyle Adnam.
He's going to send Kyle Adnam to the free throw line. Their 10th foul of the quarter, and Kyle Adnam, a journeyman, does not miss at the free throw line, Joel.
It's bold, Pete. It's bold. He's 13 of 13 this season.
Way to go out on the limb, Pete.
I'm just going back through history. That man will step up. It doesn't matter if he hasn't played for a while. Doesn't matter what is going on. Early in the morning, late at night. One thing he can do exceptionally well is step up to the free throw line and knock him down with the best.
You can run the baseline if you want.
86% free throw shooter across the course of his career. 362 of 422. He's down both there. Doubting Pete Hawley. Prognostication on that particular play as Clark is fouled by Kyle Adnam. That was in the act of shooting.
All right, let's go, guys, let's go.
Your vocabulary just quietly, Joel, going out in 2025 on a high.
Just trying to make some good lexical choices over here, Pete, that's all. Just trying to give their vernacular a good old workout. Nothing superfluous, just keeping it simple. Clark hits the first at the line.
One.
Good to see him back in the NBL. We know what he's capable of. A proven post-season performer. Down the second.
He's worked out the perfect cheat code to never have a preseason. Go hang out in Puerto Rico.
Never have a winter either.
Come back after December, exactly. Miss all the winters.
Christian Doolittle both living the dream.
Good way of going about it. Kyle Adnam with a nice little finish inside.
Good 2-for-1 way to attack the hoop.
3-point game, 30 seconds to go. The Taipans won't go down without a fight. Southeast Melbourne will win the quarter. Ian Clark will put them 5 to the good. The Taipans by 7 at quarter time, by 4 at half time. Southeast have come to play in this third term with 35 points of their own. Adnam for 3, no good. Rebound, I wonder. He's got time, he wasn't fouled, he thought he was.
Get out of his face.
Kyron Galloway did a good job. He's already got one tech, he needed to be very, very careful there, and he was. He walked the tightrope, and the Cairns Taipans are doing the same here with a quarter to go. They trail the Phoenix 78-83.
Wednesday night Ignite Cup action, and the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix turned it around in that third term. They lead the Cairns Taipans by 5 going into this final term. And Derek Rucker, let's talk about Ian Clark. He comes in, he debuted for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, and he's played 6.5 minutes, 9 points. He was very aggressive offensively in that third term.
He certainly was, and part of his mix into this Southeast Melbourne lineup will be critical scoring, Pete, as Andrews let one fly from deep. That's a big hit.
Let's get down courtside to Ariana Prather. You were listening in?
That's right. I was actually asking around and seeing if something was wrong with Admiral Schofield since he has not played a minute during this game. The medic said he is cleared to play, so now it all just comes down to what is going on internally, that he has not touched the floor at all. We've seen at one point in time Adnam, Mag, and all of the secondary players come off the bench and enter the ball game, but Schofield has not entered 1 minute, so we'll let that speculation leave that up for the experts. But I do have a question. When the Taipans have 17 turnovers going into this fourth quarter versus the Southeast Melbourne 17 assists, how do you turn that around, D-Rock?
We got to look after that basketball. And look, Andrews hasn't been terrible tonight with his ball security, but he's found a way to be enough of a contributor to keep them in this basketball game. Now, it's vital that he not commit his 5th foul, because then the wheels will truly fall off.
Brilliant question, Ariana. Let's just tell everyone at home that Derek Rucker was eating a handful of popcorn.
He was mid-kernel, Ariana. You got him.
Not his first handful tonight, mind you.
Stop giving up the house secrets.
Hey, that popcorn is dangerous. Once you get a little taste, I promise you can't let it go. Do not. It's a trap.
Thank you, Ariana.
I feel like there's a certain snack food that's got a motto pretty similar to that. Here's Hunter from outside. Geordie trying to get one to go. 4-point game. It is well and truly game on here at the Cairns Convention Centre. Drew Andrews trying to close things up once more.
And I'm perfectly fine with Andrews starting this fourth quarter. Just ride it out. If you're going to foul out, it's your own fault. Where's the Wundu tees went up, no good. But talking about turnovers, yes, Taipans have turned the ball over a lot. On the other hand, the Phoenix have not. They have 5 turnovers, and playing at this kind of breakneck pace is very impressive. And John Brown III.
Another little cheeky poke away. I wonder what the other end lays at home.
For all the buckets that Jack McVeigh has scored this season, he is going to remember this game. Bull Paul has done a similar thing. Travel. Yep.
Rodenberg called for steps. 6-point lead to the Phoenix. 8 and a bit minutes to go here in this one. Looking for their first win in Ignite Cup action is Southeast Melbourne.
Everybody else on the team, JP, is vulnerable to being scored on. Not 0. That is how many shots, that is how many points you tend to score when the human vice grip is on you. Uh-oh. Hand straight up.
Beautiful ball movement. Hunter, Foxwell, baseline floater is good. And timeout from Adam Ford. 7:50 to go here in this final term. And he needs to draw up something special here because his Taipans trail 81 to Southeast Melbourne 89. Southeast on top in this one.
What I like about that is, I mean, John Brown III, man. Like, I just can't speak highly enough of his game. He's only got the 10 points. He's got 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. He's got 5 steals, but he's so impactful. He takes your best player out. Well, even though Jack McVeigh got a lot of points, he's not getting them on John. But then he'll go down the other end and just play good offensive basketball, JP. They featured him in the post on mismatches. He's making things happen. So he posts up Andrews. Now they got to collapse and help. Ball gets kicked out. Guys are attacking closeouts, getting out wide open shots. He is just a great basketball player.
He's going to win the best defensive player. I know Paul Cole might be coming for it, but John Brown's going to win it. We got to figure out the other 3 in this all-defensive team.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. And you know what? Bull Quall, man, he's got some major scalps of some of the top teams. And it's not a runaway. It is not. There's a world where Bull Quall is the defensive player of the year. There is a world.
Southeast Melbourne 89, Cairns Taipans 81. 7:50 remaining here in this one. Joel Peterson, Damon Lowry, Pete Hooley, Derek Rucker, Kelsey Brown and Ariana Prather with you. On New Year's Eve, hope you're enjoying bringing in 2026 in style. We had a great game to start off our New Year's Eve. The Hawks getting it done over the Jackies in a thriller in the Gong. And we are finishing rather nicely as well here. Taipans on offense with an 8-point deficit. Jack McVeigh with 25 points in the game. Galloway will kick from outside, hits that one.
Smart, post up to 6'10". Sam Wardenberg on Sobey. Mo King felt the need to double team, kicked it out to the wide open shooter as Foxwell answers back.
King with 14 in the game. Foxwell now up to 17. Just continues to quietly accumulate. He's 6 of 8 at the free throw line. His first hit from outside on that possession. 17, 5 and 4 for Owen Foxwell.
And this is what I want to see Andrew recognize, JP. You've got scorers that get double teamed. You got 2 of them. Jack McVeigh must be double. Well, actually, John Brown's got him, something like that. But everybody, but you got Sam Wardenberg. They will get you wide open shots.
Andrews had it poked away, gathered it up again. McVeigh, 25 to his name. Tried to toss it away. John Brown with steal number 6. Sobey darts it up the floor. Foxwell, I wonder, beautiful pass, finish equally as good.
Great pass, skip pass from Owen Foxwell. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix are now 8 for 24 from three-point line. Double Kobe.
McVeigh got fouled. Galloway hammers it home after the play. Let's take a look at the Amy replay.
Still sloppy pass from Jack McVeigh. Sobey kicks it ahead to Foxy. Foxy flings it to the wide open Wezawundu. And this team will just not quit coming at you. It's what they do.
Well, it now caused 18 turnovers. And Southeast Melbourne with only 5. They're crushing the Taipans on the possession game, and this is how they get you, Damon. They just wear you down with consistent pressure. We talked about the number of guys they played in the first quarter, but this is part of the reason why they do that.
Agreed. This is the upside. It's just not something that we used to seeing, obviously, but the rhythm, Josh King is going with the overall team rhythm. He don't give a damn about your individual rhythm, as long as we get the Phoenix rhythm happening. So this is what he does. They're about to put up 110 odd points the way they're going.
Haven't scored more than 106 so far this season.
So what are you saying, JP? 6.5 minutes to go. Can they get there?
I think so. It might be 116, actually. I just can't read my own handwriting. So they might be able to get there as well. 95-85. 6:20 remaining in this one. I wonder to the corner for Foxwell. Sobey up top. 22 points on the evening. Make it 24 for Nathan.
Didn't settle for the 3 ball. With Marcus Lee guarding him, we can beat him to the rim.
Lee just waiting for things to unfold ahead of him. Mojave King inside, can't float it home. Lee tried to tap it in.
And if you look over the scores table, 2 more scores for the Phoenix about to check in. They're going to take out somebody. The style don't stop.
Sobey probing again. I wonder who's been aggressive this evening. It paid dividends there. And he will go to the line for 1 more.
Kyle Adnam caught in a bad situation. You either got Sobey who's going to go at you, or you got Wezawundu. It's always going to be a tough matchup for him.
Timeout, Adam Ford and the Taipans. Southeast Melbourne 99, lead Cairns 85. 5.5 to go in the Snake Pit.
This is such a dangerous position for the Cairns Taipans to be in. They find themselves just failing at the last hurdle of most games, and then it ends up blowing out. But how can Adam Ford get his team to not make this an ugly scoreline.
I mean, that's the big thing right now, right? Because it's been a contest. It's been a fun game. So if this gets out to 20, 25 and you see the box score and think, oh, Cairns did it again, but it shouldn't be that way. The problem is what's sustainable. And you look at what Cairns did the first half, the first 3 quarters. Is that sustainable against the Phoenix, who you talk about what they can sustain, is elite defensive pressure and that pace of play?
Well, they're just missing one more guy on the offensive end that can take pressure off of Andrews and Wardenberg. They need someone that can connect and also create for himself, especially against this type of pressure that Southeast Melbourne Phoenix will put on you for 40 minutes. Not just bits and pieces of the game. They bring the heat the full game.
Absolutely, 40 minutes. Well, we've only got a few minutes left here, but we did put the call out on Twitter. If you have something to say, make sure you get onto the hashtag Ignite Cup. Someone came in and they asked Damon Lowry what he's got planned for New Year's Eve. For the rest of the night, Damon.
Oh, whoa.
New Year's Eve?
Interesting.
But once I leave here, I will go home. I will kiss my wife ever so gently on the lips. Then I will go downstairs to my beer fridge and I will grab myself a crisp Great Northern and sit there and wait for the fireworks to start.
Orange ball.
Thanks for asking.
Are they the same fireworks from Boxing Day?
Can't run, it's out of bounds, okay?
No, they'll be separate, a little bit separate.
That was for you, Jack.
Southeast Melbourne by 14 points. 5:20 remaining in this. I'm not quite sure what just happened. Andrews looking for Lee. That one rolls away in vain.
You're not alone, JP. I have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea what's going on most of the time, to be honest, surrounded by these people, Ruck. Southeast Melbourne on the cusp of raising the bat. Yet another time in this NBL season. Glover from outside, can't do it there.
The Taipans are built to score some points. Defensively is the issue. Can they come back from big deficits? The Phoenix, on the other hand, are built for scoring points and coming back from big deficits.
Scored 100 points 10 times already this season, Southeast Melbourne. 3 on the clock here for Andrews. Makes his move. Left it a long way short, and Wardenberg couldn't rescue it.
To mention that timeout, this is just a really big 4.5 minutes. For the Cairns faithful who have turned out there and seen a pretty good contest. If this gets to 20 plus, it doesn't deserve to be.
That's why it's a 40-minute game. And I just feel like the Taipans need one defensive stopper. Every team needs a defensive stopper. But Sydney King's got a couple of, oh my God.
Clark can't hit. Oh, Sobey denied by Wardenberg. Says the big man.
Wow, that's how you save the day. That's how you make up for your own mistake.
That's a hell of a play from Sam Wardenberg.
To answer your question, that wasn't really a question, Damon, but they thought they had it, right? It's a good hit there from Andrew Andrews. Just didn't turn out to be the play that everyone expected.
It's always hit or miss. Right now, 11-point lead with only just under 4 to go. The Phoenix will give you a chance to get back in it the way they play offensively.
Awandu's got 15. Sobey's got 24. Tries to create some space. Little in and out dribble. Can't finish. Hits the hardwood. And the Snakes are off and running again. Andrews to Wardenberg. Timeout, Southeast Melbourne. And there could be some venom left in these fangs. The Taipans are poised to strike with 3.5 remaining in this one.
Absolutely brilliant, JP. We just sat here and spoke about hoping that it doesn't blow out in the Cairns Taipans turnaround. It's now a 9-point differential, 3 minutes 30 to go. Pete, nice.
I mean, you just imagine what it could have been if Andrews didn't pick up that technical, right? Because he's been orchestrating on the offensive end, hits the 3 ball, the dish to Sam Wardenberg. What a block from Sam Wardenberg as well. But Man, missed opportunities. The game's not over yet.
There's still plenty of time.
It could be
3.5
much
minutes.
closer. What a comeback this is from Cairns.
Who is the man for the Cairns Taipans? I know that you're probably going to say Sam Wardenberg, but why?
I'm going to say Andrew Andrews right now, the way he's bowling. I mean, he's the one who's had the ball in his hands. He's hit a couple threes. He's diming everybody up. He's going to be the orchestrator.
Well, you can go 3 aside with Andrews, McVeigh, and Wardenberg, or you can play pick and roll with any 3 of those guys and empty out the side, play 2-man aside.
Joel, what are your plans for New Year's Eve?
Very little, Kels. Very little. Yeah, I'm similar to Damon, just without the beer, to be honest. So.
And the kiss?
Pardon?
And what about the kiss when you get home?
Well, that's why I said similar, except I'm going to kiss my wife, not yours. 99 and 90, 3:30 remaining in this one. Let's go sideline to Ariana.
That's right. I was listening in to Coach Josh King, and the only thing he was talking about during that timeout was press break. He drew up a play, just not even press, so I think he might have jumped the line on that one, but he's worried about just easy, simple turnovers with the last 3 minutes. So he has a press break drawn up just in case they see that from the Taipans soon.
Boy, they've seen something there they may not have expected. Angus Glover walking up the floor saying, I didn't touch it last. Throws his hands rather forlornly. Of course, Josh King won a challenge earlier in the game, and Angus, you're not convincing anyone there.
And Josh has got 2 timeouts left. He's not about to risk one of them.
Wardenberg walled up by Hunter. Got it back. Forces his way through. Tried the reverse. That was no good. Geordie Hunter takes some contact on the play. He's a little bit slow to get his bearings once more, the big fella. Hopefully all okay.
Well, they yelled knee just there, someone to him. Maybe a bit of knee on knee.
Didn't need that. Pretty ginger there getting to his feet, Pete. Take a look here.
Yeah, right there.
Never fun.
Geordie, are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They moved me.
Hey?
They moved me.
Okay. You right?
That's rude. So it wasn't maybe he wasn't injured at all, he was just hurt. Under 3 to go here. And the Taipans create something special late in the piece. Nathan Sobey has a little bit more for them as he gets that to go over the top of Sam Wardenberg.
Always a good option when Sobey attacks the rim. And that is a foul on Angus. Only 3 team fouls.
Oh, grab the shirt.
But the Phoenix will still get up shots. Even with an 11-point lead, they will still get up shots in the first 10 seconds if they like something early.
101 to 90. Southeast have led by as many as 14 points in the game. Sam Wardenberg coming to the bench for a seat. Andrews gets it in. Galloway fumbles it away. Hunter keeps it alive. What deft touch from the big man. And Sobey slams it down. And the lead back out to 13 now for Southeast. 28 for Nathan Sobey, 55 points in his last 80 minutes of basketball. Galloway forces his way in there.
The Phoenix, they'll just keep scoring. Cairns do not want to trade baskets. They got to mount a stand. They basically can't give up another point.
Past the 2-minute warning here in this final term. Sobey stepping back for 30. Not that time. Holding on the play. Foul on Lee.
Now, Damon, it's a long NBL season. It's short in terms of the calendar year, but it's 33 games. Kyron Galloway, going back to the blitz on the Gold Coast, did not have any ink on the arm. It's just slowly adding to it throughout the season.
Hadn't even noticed that. Well spotted.
Still work in progress for Kyron Galloway. Who knows where he could end up by the end of this campaign. They've still got 12 games after this. You know, he's able to get that to go.
You know where he won't end up? Damon's Supercoach team.
Nah, I've had him before. It is a highly contested team everybody wants in, Pete.
You can't pretend like you don't want him. You thought you had him this week. Minute and a half to go in this one. Southeast by 13. Don't act cool. Andrews to Lee. Lefty hook shot will fall.
John Brown, the third, just got scored on him. Shots. Great strong move by Marcus Lee. He is capable of that when he's down by the basket. Doesn't always get a lot of post touches.
Just got overpowered there. Lee, 4 points, 2 of 3 shooting. Fay 26, Sobey 28, the 2 leading scorers in the game. 5 Southeast Melbourne players in double figures. 4 for the Cairns Taipans. Of course, you can check out everything NBL this season with the NBL app. Scan the QR code on screen to download it. All your hoops in one place. NBL, WNBL action as well. Live scores and so much more. Scan that QR code on screen or head to your app store as Geordie Hunter gets a 3 to go there. And of course, via the NBL app, Damon, you can check out WNBL scores as I've just done and send the Bendigo Spirit have rolled the Townsville Fire, which is music to my ears to end 2025. Andrews from outside, no good.
Yeah, credit to the Spirit, they big time.
So they'll go head into the new year on top of the table. Andrews gets that to go. That's an impressive finish. 96 points for the Taipans this evening.
Great job by the Phoenix. They weathered some early storms early. Their style of play won out because they're not losing this game up 12 with 50 seconds to go.
Taipans defense just hasn't been able to hold them back tonight. Foxwell making his move. Sobey for 3. Nathan Sobey with 31 on the night.
5 made triples.
He's had a New Year's Eve party all for himself as the Southeast Melbourne star.
And 10 assists to boot. Big time double-double from Sobes.
He might keep the party going as time expires here. Foxwell to Glover. He'll look for a 3. Got a tip by McVeigh. Falls to Brown. Not one more for the road. And the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix will head into the new year with a win. They come from behind to beat the Cairns Taipans 111 to 96. Take their first Ignite Cup victory of this season and remain in the hunt for that all-important final on the Gold Coast in February. Nathan Sobey, tremendous with 31 and 10.
Foot Locker player of the game, not even close. 31-10, 4 steals, and he had 0 turnovers. Just played an absolute all-out brilliant game. Keeps them up around the top of the ladder. See them guys in the new year.
A massive game there at the Cairns Convention Centre. That sees the end of hoops action for us tonight, but we're going to break down that game right after this short break. So much more to talk about before we head into the new year. We saw two massive games in Ignite Cup action tonight, Wednesday night in the NBL, in the Hungry Jacks NBL, I might add. And this one finished off with the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. It was a kind of domination in the end of the Cairns Taipans. But let's take a look at the full-time game stats. There's the ones there, 111 to 96. Derek Rucker, anything that stood out?
You know, the Taipans didn't play too poorly, Pete. They shot the ball well, but the turnovers killed them, which is something that can happen when you play against Southeast Melbourne. And on the Phoenix's side, it's great to have a superstar.
Same threes made. The free throws are in Cairns' favour in terms of free throws attempted, but then the turnovers way too many. But that's what the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix do in the Ignite Cup. Well, I've penciled in the Phoenix to be there with Adelaide at the end of it. We'll see.
We absolutely love the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix and what they've been able to do. If we want to take a quick look at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder as well. This is the end of the night here, as always. There we go, 36ers on top, United, Phoenix and the Kings. There's the ladder there. As always, it's a pleasure to have you with us. A huge thank you to the venue staff, production staff and my co-commentators. You guys were amazing. Be safe tonight, enjoy, and we'll see you in the new year.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.
That can go straight back in the cupboard. Did you get Happy New Year to you too? Safe travels.
It's just New Year where I'm from.
Yes. Left.